The mysterious deserts of Oman and UAE, where Bedouins roam and bazaars beckon, where sifting sands give way to oases of cement and steel, where seemingly overnight mighty cities have come up, bringing the world to these desert lands. But before the cities preceding the crowds, the first caravans to come came from India.
Indians in Oman is part of the Omani culture. So yes, we work very well together. And this is not new, it's been here for hundreds of years.
These lands granted Indians the chance to make their dreams come true. The Indian dream that's blossomed under Arabian skies has had enormous impact on Arabia itself, helping transform once sleepy villages into the modern megapolises of today.
40 years back, Oman, there was no flyovers, no highways, hardly there were 1 or 2 signal lights.
When I came in 1959, there was no airport. There was no electricity. Dubai had no telephone.
When I came here, there were no roads, signed and nothing but sand.
These shimmering cities in the sand owe as much to Indian ingenuity and integrity as Arabian panache and pizzazz.
Dubai has changed and changed. There's not even a month passed when Dubai has not changed.
Today, it's totally, the face of Oman has been changed, uplifted. And Indians have, I can say they played a vital role over here in building the infrastructure.
The infrastructure conglomerate, Gulf Air, played and plays a vital role in this ongoing transformation of Oman's infrastructure. One that its visionary founder, Dr. Muhammad Ali, is rightly proud of.
Today, Oman is one of the most modern or developed country in terms of infrastructure, and as a company, I am proud that I'm a partner in their development and built many of this infrastructure by my company.
Everything you see today, flyovers, 70% of this was finished at 85 because His Majesty wanted to put Oman on the map of the world.
Indeed, building the Gulf isn't just about infrastructure, it's about people. Almost 20% of the Omani population and about 30% of UAE's population is Indian, making them one of the largest expat communities in the Middle East.
My great-great-grandfather came first here in Oman. Our records say 1870, but here Omani people, they say your company is more than 200 years.
The Khimjis are today Oman's biggest importer of luxury goods. Well established in their adopted country, they are now looking back to the country of their origin. Looking east to India. And this effort is spearheaded by one of the youngest Khimjis to join the family business. Proof that there's an Indian in this son of Oman.
The Oman-India Joint Business Council was put in place about 5 years ago. And it's basically to help network various businesses between Indian businesses and Omani business to come together, because India has got a huge history of experience with small medium enterprise, and Oman is in its nascency.
Like his ancestors before him, Pankaj is busy helping build Oman in the new century. And this work of building is encouraged by centuries of shared history. In 1971, the Federation of United Arab Emirates was formed, and the UAE began to reinvent itself as a trading hub. making Indians uniquely suited to take advantage of the facilities these city-states offered. But they weren't just fair weather friends. When immigration to the region slowed down post the Gulf Wars, it was a record migration from the Indian subcontinent that made up the short flow. One family that's borne the witness to the triumphs and tribulations of not just a country, but this entire region is the Jashanmal family. Starting as a simple desert trader, the enterprising Rao Sahib was quick to spot the potential of the oil boom and use a much-in-demand skill he had by virtue of being a British subject.
In 1930, when they found oil in Kuwait, which was just south of Iraq, the British government requested Rao Sahib Jashanmal to open a similar store in Kuwait. This then became the blueprint for the rest of the Gulf.
These early successes paved the way for the creation of a mighty Jashanmal empire that's still going strong.
When we were kids, we used to go with my father to Jashanmal. At that time, this is the only shop, you know, we can find everything there. So now we grow up and we are supporting them and anything, we are one family.
Family and community are watchwords for most of the diaspora settled in the Middle East. Little wonder then that Indian immigrants here started to recreate the close community bonds they'd left behind when they came to these lands of sun and sand.
When I came here, I saw the barrenness of the mountains, and I said, this is the place where I'm meant to start my life, and how I did his history.
Mixing the melodies of India with the rhythms of Arabia, Vasantha began to spread her love of music and dance to a whole host of eager children.
I'm a firm believer of destiny. I think destiny takes you wherever you're meant to go. So that made me live, happier life.
Besides professional satisfaction, what's accelerated Indian immigration to the Middle East has been increased facilities for families. Kids get to grow up in a multinational, multicultural environment with many choosing to learn Arabic.
This lesson is a speak about how to choose suitable gifts.
هذا محل الملابس. تعالي نشتري الهدية من هنا. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام. أهلا وسهلا تفضلوا. ملابس جميلة ملابس جميلة. شكرا.
For these young students, even the sky is no limit. They dream big and fly even higher.
We at IHS believe in creating proactive global citizens. We want a wholesome development of the child.
Everything is bigger and better in the UAE. Even a school drama is no exception.
It's my first technical rehearsal for a play that I'm directing called War Horse. It's all about the friendship between a horse and a boy.
Whether in class or doing extracurriculars like this play, Kevin's students enjoy the best of East and West in their everyday lives.
It gives me that chance to work with different students of different nationalities also. Wonderful to see where I can go and what I can use and how far I can take these students in terms of production.
Like others who came here, Kevin too has had to build up a support system in life and at work. And now that he has, there is no place quite like Dubai.
I'm really happy. I'm very settled in this city. I love it because of its diversity. I love the mix of people, and I love the way they support me too. It's really, really wonderful.
This diversity has led to the flowering in Oman of a uniquely British Indian sport, cricket. Many of the recent migrants brought lots of talent and a sense of competition on the fields of this Arabian desert.
Oman national team is a mix of India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and locals, Omanis. Well, the good part about is when it comes to cricket, there is no nationality. I mean, it is just one thing which matters, which is cricket, and that is passion on the field all the while.
These youngsters have succeeded in making this gentleman's game more and more popular in this desert land.
I landed in Oman in 2003. I have just finished my graduation and I immediately got my job in Khimji Ramdas LLC as a professional cricketer.
Secure jobs and the freedom to pursue their favorite sport have given these youngsters a sense of achievement and satisfaction in both their personal and professional life across the Gulf.
Years ago, we could not imagine this stadium will be built here. We were all playing Asian, especially Indian Pakistanis, in the barren sand. But you see, as the year comes, thanks to His Highness, the ruler of the country, provided such a good land here. And it was a great happy moment for me to say that openly that I am instrumental in completing this complete stadium of 20,000 seat capacity.
One of the foremost stars in the pharmaceutical firmament is B.R. Shetty, who despite leaving behind the Konkan coast for the Arab Gulf, loves to return to the beaches and groves of his childhood.
I thought Abu Dhabi is the right place. So what I did, I started with the first private healthcare center. I added little quality healthcare as well as little bit service attached to it.
But healthcare in the Emirates isn't only for entrepreneurs. Countless doctors also flock to the Middle East, building better lives for themselves and their patients.
This place has given opportunity for people to work, and the atmosphere here has always been excellent.
Bringing this workforce together is Dr. Mupin's Aster Healthcare, which caters to all.
We have now nearly 150 establishments, 6 or 7 hospitals in the Middle East and 4 or 5 in India. And we also have large number of pharmacies, clinics and all.
Aster Healthcare's phenomenal success means increased outreach for those who need it most.
There is a van which is going into the schools, colleges, to the labor camps, to the malls for education.
Every 3 monthly, we hold these camps to service laborers who don't have medical insurance with the help of some medical organization and the Indian consulate to hold these camps. And then we also come across some stray cases of people in distress, financial distress, who can't pay children's fees or who cannot even sometimes go back. So we've also provided sometime financial help to people who are sick and want to go back with the help of consulate officials.
Thousands of Indians come to the Gulf every year in search of better prospects. Some fail, others achieve what they set out to do, but a few surpass their wildest dreams. But whatever the level of accomplishment, the Gulf's Indians are always watching out for each other.
We got 30,000 people. I am very proud to say that 22,000 people are from my country, India. My responsibility is to bring my people, give training and to give them job and let them earn and send money to their homes.
This commitment to helping new immigrants succeed has more than paid off for Yusuf Ali. Their dedication has propelled the Lulu chain of supermarkets into the ranks of the world's fastest growing retailers. unrivaled quality that meets unmatched price means that people of every nationality flock to Lulu's just as they flock to the Middle East, which has become a melting pot of cultures and their cuisines.
हम इंडियन खाना के बहुत पसंद करते हैं, अच्छा भी लगता है, मस्त बिरयानी, कबाब, स्वीट भी बहुत अच्छा है, और रसमलाई आता है, और गजर हलवा का आता है, सब लोग पसंद.
जेव्हा आम्हाला बॅक होमची आठवण येते, घरची आठवण येते, तेव्हा आम्ही नक्कीच इथे येतो. आम्हाला आमच्या आवडीचं जेवण इथे मिळतं.
This love for Indian food has been most cannily converted into a spice empire by Dhananjay Datar, the Spice King.
I opened the small shop in 1984. That time we done survey in the market. There was no spice retailer who sell the North Indian type of product. So then survey I started the one small grocery store in Bardubai, and I got good response.
This modern-day Spice King's empire is the beating heart from which flavor flows, seasoning the success of countless thousands involved in the food trade.
मैं यहाँ पे 2005 में आया था एज अ स्टीवर्ड. बाद में मेरे मैनेजर्स है जो GM है, उन्होंने मेरा काम देख के मुझे और आगे अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ दी एज अ कैप्टन. देन नाउ आई एम अ रेस्टोरेंट मैनेजर.
While the call of home is a strong pull, the more than 2 flights that connect India to the Gulf every day means that home is never more than 3 hours away. This interconnectedness means that more and more Indians are joining the rest of the world in discovering the Middle East's magic, which pleases Lama Tours owner Kulwant Singh.
I believe tourism is just not a business. It is a business which also builds relationships. It is a business that also teaches you a lot about other cultures. It's a business that also eliminates boundaries. It is a business that also brings people closer.
Bringing people closer to the shopping and tourist mecca that Dubai has become is Kulwant's mantra. After all, Dubai today is increasingly a gateway to both the East and the West. One that multinationals are quick to take advantage of. Business booms in the Middle East. The lure of petrodollars attract multinationals of every ilk, giving highly skilled Indian professionals the chance to come here.
I was really keen to use my profession, use my training, and use all the years of studying that my parents had, invested in, and do something with my life.
Corporate lawyer Jayashree Gupta did not have to compromise on her dreams. Instead, she took advantage of Dubai's unique position on the world map and became one of the top merger and acquisitions experts in the country.
Indian law is like English law, is common law. Whereas in Dubai, the law is civil law and is based on Napoleonic codes and Egyptian codes. So it's codified law. And everything is in Arabic. So we're relying either on translations or you study Arabic. And I decided I would study Arabic.
This is a very nice place, very central, a good time zone, great economies around in a geographic sense, and excellent connections, great infrastructure, and in many ways a very diverse ethnic group. So it gives you an opportunity to really work with the best. So Dubai forms this excellent base for doing business regionally and globally.
Whether it's the service sector, trading, tourism, or high finance, Indians are making a contribution. And one of the most glamorous industries that Dubai is attracting plays well to the traditional Indian love of song and dance. Dubai is a major market for Indian films, and the Dubai International Film Festival has seen an increasingly strong Indian presence.
My name is Anand Gandhi. I'm here with a film called Ship of Theseus. It's showing at the Dubai International Film Festival. I'm here to show my film at the festival. And I like the fact that it has a growing audience of cinema, that people are engaging with culture in a very unique and a very new way here. And I find that very, very interesting.
Behind the glitz and glamour, there's toil and hard work. Every year, hundreds of thousands come here. Many find their calling, but a few create their own oasis in the desert. And a few become the oasis, giving back to this desert land much, much more than they have received.
I think the Indian community has touched almost every part of what the UAE is, and I think that is why there's so much loyalty by the leaders of the UAE to the Indian community and vice versa. It's a very close-knit community.
The expat community has been the major contributor to the Oman's development over the last many years. And if 2/3 of them are Indians, you can say that 2/3 of Oman's economy owes its gratitude to the Indian diaspora.